All right, so we'll recap. We've got the party had taken a water taxi from the Bedroll Isle with a view to pursuing the fact that they had been hearing who they believed was Kadrak calling out for the same person periodically in sort of a repeated, pained voice on a regular basis. Over here on this island, the Calling Well, the party had made their way over to this island and found that it had somewhat of a hilled but rather steep sort of central high point in what is a swampy estuary mangrove covered island. You have made your way around what you picked as the safest path on the southern aspect of the island to come around towards what you see as appears to be the only really traversable access point to where this well, this ancient well housing, which now that you've gotten closer is quite more of an impressive feature than what it had at a distance. You can see that it seems to be a mixture of architectures. There are hints of dwarvish architecture, some of this sort of alien elvish architecture, which seems to, in some ways, defy the laws of physics. You have come through to an increasingly marshy point where you had found yourself basically in a series of ankle-deep marsh and water channels of water that seem to be cascading out of this larger point in the centre of the Isle of the Calling Well. It seems there is a water source there, perhaps natural. The water seems to not be as dense, but in these low points where it sits and builds before it overflows to run out to the estuary island here, does seem to be less saline than what it would be normally. So we will take you back to where you were, locked in combat with a strange creature of marsh gas that seems to have attacked members of the party. Right. Okay. To remind you, the creature is underneath the token of Filialis's honey badger, because the creature has just been, the honey badger had tried to attack it, as had just Damian had just successfully struck at it with the bone saw and had done it some damage. So at that point, I believe, Damian, you still had used the bulk of your movement to get into contact with the creature to make an attack. But we can, if you have any bonus actions aside from your attack, you can do so now, keeping in mind that any auditory action that you take will still be filtered by the voice of sleep, which is still trapped around your head, with you having no further clue at this time as to how you may remove it. So we got as far as your attack. I'm not sure if you have any movement left, but that's where we are.
I think that's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay. All right, so we are at Squadge, Litehands. You've stepped back. This creature has just tried to attack the honey badger and yourself, and thus far has not been successful.
Okay, so noting that other players are very close to it, I'm going to do a bit of a sneaky attack.
Yep.
For a 15.
Okay. Alright, so you attack with this knife, this strange curved knife that you have in your hand.
Now, I don't know why it hasn't rolled damage, sorry, Matt.
That's fine. I'll activate that. That's fine, and I'll go and I'll change the settings for the weapon to do that. So you've got your 6 sneak, 8 piercing, and 1 point of fire damage. It's just like this. The blade starts to flare into life with its first use. So the creature itself. What do we have? So.
Sorry, ignore that. That was an accident.
No worries. I'm just going to move. Oops. What am I doing? I'm just going to move the honey badger over a bit. And what was that damage again? Let's see, it's 14, 15 points of damage. So you go through and you slice into this creature, and the blade, you can see the blade purchases as you see these sparks of flame. And for a little while, Scott, you see like an incandescence, like there's almost an engagement of that fire has come through. So that was your attack. Any other actions?
Yep. So then taking the cunning action, and I'm going to disengage as a bonus action.
All right. So where are you going to head to?
And this isn't difficult terrain, is it?
Where you are at the moment? No.
Okay. So I'm 5, and I'm going to come to here.
Okay. All right. So you step back to that point.
Yeah.
All right. So we have the end of. What's it gone back to? Don't know what's done that. Windrah. Windrah. All right. What I'm going to do.
It doesn't look like I'm in the turn order. Because I think before it was the honey badger.
Exactly. Yeah. So do you mind rolling it again? But I don't recall where you were. Sorry, Tom. All right. So we'll put you into that. Aren't you appearing? Oh, I think it's because the token doesn't represent you now. Ah! Right, it only represents Filialis. So we will have to have that token on the board. Alright, I'll just pop it over there for now. So do you just want to have another crack at initiative with that? But I'll change it to 13 if it isn't whatever you go.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll change that to 13. And we will resort that, alright. So Windrah, so the honey badger will go first because of dexterity level, but we'll get Windrah's action. Now one thing that I will ask is for Litehands is probably the only one far enough away to not be engaged to notice. So can you make a perception roll for me, please?
Sure.
Alright.
Let's roll it.
Oh.
Ooh. 6.
Sorry.
Alright. So, alright. Thank you. Neither of those will have worked for me. So I am just going to do one thing. Alright. Windrah, suddenly, you see her swing around away from that conflict. And with her action, she targets something. You don't know what it is, but you see that she actually steps back and blasts with a thunderbolt, the thunderclap, sorry. Like slapping back at something. And you see this like spray underneath, like in amongst the mud and the ground. And you see behind her that a large serpent appears on the ground next to her, but staggering back with damage, and it's been pushed back. Right, so it will head back about to there, and Windrah just starts to move away from it, so towards where you are, Squatch. 15, 20. We'll run over towards you, away from this large snake that has appeared, coming up out of the actual slime next to you. So I will just get that up. Okay, so now the adder is there. I'll reorganise that in just a second. It'll come in at number 10. Alright, so with that will be Windrah's action. The honey badger, you're up. But it's actually this honey badger.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll attempt to bite the swamp gas bubble.
Okay, so you're going to hurl yourself up at it again. Oh, that definitely hits for 3 points. Yep, so you slam into it. That you're getting purchase. It has a physical form, but it's not as much as you had hoped. And you drop back down to the ground, falling away from it as it's hovering above you. Alright.
Yeah, that's all I can really do. So
that's all you can do? Alright.
Yeah.
So the bubble, like you're dropping down, but you can see the bubble's focus seems to be more on creatures with, it seems confused because it seems to be detecting and focusing on creatures with active intelligence. However, the honey badger radiates Filialis' mentality. Actually comes through. So it is going to, it's going to make a 50-50 roll. 1 to 3, it will go to the honey badger, or 4 to 6, it will go towards Damian. It will go for Damian. So it moves forward into the same space as Damian in its gaseous sort of form and makes an attempt to attack to try and get hold of Damian. A 19 to hit. Right, so it wraps it round and like boom, into you like this buffeting of like this dense air, and 4 points of poison damage as it's sort of where your head is exposed and your shoulders outside the voice of sleep. You can see that like this burning sensation comes across you from this basic blow. So basically, it is in a position where it will try to make a suffocating grasp, but it's chosen to try and grapple you first.
So also, sorry, it moved 5 feet. It had to move to get over to me, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
In which case, because I remember last time I cast Booming Blade and hit it.
Yes, you did. You did.
It will take. Where is it? 1d8.
1d8 damage. All right, give us a 1d8.
Ah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so you get this sort of thunderous sound following on from the thunderclap. Like, anybody would be able to hear this from the distance in the dogfish. Like, boom, boom. There's these noises going off, like fireworks are going off on this island. as that damage takes place. But you can feel, Damian, you can feel these like hardening fibrous tentacles of this gas is starting to grip around, trying to get purchase on the voice of sleep that's covering your head. But at the moment, it's stopping the more broader effects of the toxin from this creature. All right, so that was, Damian, that you're now your action.
Am I able to hit it even though it's on me?
It's surrounding you completely. So you can, absolutely you can. You can just try and do it, like slice to the side, slice above your head.
I hate this mask because I can't do anything except hit it because all my spells have verbal components. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing I did before.
Yep.
I'm going to Booming Blade again.
Okay.
And attempt to hit it.
Yep. Oh,
16.
Definitely.
And then that will be...
well, there you go. Would you like the one I rolled or the one you rolled?
You?
Yeah.
Obviously the higher roll.
All right. So you come sliding in, and you cut through it again. And you can feel the tendrils like whipping and reacting. This thing can feel pain. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. As a bonus action,
Yep.
can I just try and feel around on the mask on my head and see if there's a way,
Any way to get off? Get it off.
Any way to get it off?
All right. I'll give you an investigation roll, but you're under attack, so it'll be at disadvantage. All right.
Oh,
See if you can
investigation.
find it. Yep.
My strong suit.
No, you just sort of.
Yeah, yeah, sounds about right.
So now, for the rest of the party, there's this bizarre situation where you've got your friend A wrapped up in this helmet that he can't talk through, and if he does, things go wrong, trying to get it off, and now he's like flailing around, trying to get off this thing wrapped around his head. All right.
Oh, not having a good day.
Things have an affinity for your head.
It does. All right, Squadge. You stand there as Windrah's come and drop down next to you, like breathing heavily from this snake that just tried to bite her in this marsh.
Okay. I think I'm going to try and... I'd like to use... Matt, is it alright? I've got fast hands.
Mm-hmm.
As a skill, so I'd like to try and draw a bow.
Yep, sure.
At the moment, so holster a weapon and draw a bow using that as a bonus action, I guess.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, change weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to change weapon to ranged, and I'd like to now. Matt, is it a sneak attack because there is a creature within 5 feet of?
Definitely within 5 feet.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Absolutely, but it's going to take a bit of aiming, and I think because it's wrapped around his head, I'm going to say to you that it will add +2 to its AC either way. No.
It doesn't matter what it... Yeah.
No, so that bow goes flying
Arrow
across. Now, can I ask, I'll just say, can you please mark off that arrow permanently? You will not find that in this marsh, in this light.
I thought as much, Matt.
Yeah. All right, so any movement from you?
Yeah, I'd like to... I'm going to keep moving back a bit, I think. Okay. If there's a... I like the idea of Windrah being between me and the snake.
All right, so you're moving through.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sorry, that snake was meant to move at 10, so I'll let it have its movement. I'll put it at the end of the round, given the circumstances. That's fine. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's actively pursuing Windrah as it was running away from her. I'm just going to reorganise this yet again. And we're back. So Windrah. Windrah will turn around yet again. She turns around very quickly and looks back again at Squadge and just says, I have to save my power. And so she uses, again, she will use a thunderclap on this creature, which is within range, is it? Yep, definitely not. So let me just get the detail up for it. No, she has to be within 5 feet from where she was before. So she will not, she will keep retreating from it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. To that point, she'll pull back from there, and she'll look back towards Damian with this cloud around his head. Let me see, 30 feet. 30, no, she can't do that. But looking back at him, she decides that she will fire. A guiding bolt. 3 plus 2. And misses. The blast just goes flying past. So basically just goes to that point, but blasts through and harmlessly hits the rock behind. Isn't it good playing low-level characters again, hey? That can't hit anything or do anything.
That's right.
Alright, she's lost a spell slot. Okay. Alright, that will be it for Windrah. So, the bubble. The bubble will activate its suffocating grasp. For 15, does 15 hit you, your normal AC, Damian?
Nope.
Okay, so it flails around trying to get these tentacles under the visor of this helmet and just, like dragging at it and pushing, trying to inject this toxin into Damian's neck. But the scarf you've got wrapped around to try and cover it up is giving you more protection with the base of the actual mask itself.
Yeah, if I can't get it off, this thing isn't getting it off.
Alright, so it did not get onto it. It only has 1 attack per turn. So that is it. It's just staying there hanging on to you. Right, the honey badger.
I will move towards the swamp gas.
Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
Would I be able to use my Beast Bond Rage as the honey badger?
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's completely transferable. Any of the beast elements that you have as Filialis, the honey badger can access.
Cool.
Alright.
In that case, I'll use a bonus action to go into the rage.
Yep.
I'll roll a d4.
Yep.
So, so I'm in it for 3 turns.
Yep. No worries.
Then I'll try to bite the bubble.
Okay, off you go. 3 piercing damage, so you leap up and you do more damage to it. You can see that it's clearly apparent you're ripping its form apart. The bubble, as it reforms after each tear, is losing some of its substance, and it seems to be pushing its reserve energy into these tentacles. What I will do, I'll say at this point, Filialis, you can make a perception roll for me at standard.
Now, Matt, Given that rage, there should be an extra +2 to the damage as well.
Yeah, okay. Good on you. I'll put that in there. Thanks.
But seeing as perception would probably be a action requiring intelligence, I'd be at disadvantage for this one.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, of course, because of the rage. Thanks, Tom. Like in this savagery as you're going forward. Yeah, unfortunately, there's something in Filialis's sort of non-raging mind that sort of goes past, but it just disappears in bloodlust as the badger just keeps flying along. Filialis, I'll say to you, Filialis enjoys the badger's rage more than his own. There's something about the purity of the rage when it's in the animal compared to what it is in his own conscious mind. All right, so is that it for the honey badger?
Yes.
Okay. So the snake will move forward. So Litehands is in its path. 5, 10, 15. And it will move up towards Squadge and it will strike at him as it slides forward with a bite. For an 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. So Squadgy sort of dodged to the side as this large snake, like we're talking like a carpet python size venomous snake, like goes biting at you. All right. So that will be all that it does as a bonus action. No, can't use that. So that is where we're at. Damian. You're back with this thing, still trying to grab the mask. Now, what I'm gonna ask you to do is make an insight roll, but at disadvantage because you're just in this panic state with this thing trying to, rip your head off. It wants the mask. You know it. It's not trying to kill you. It's trying to get the mask off you.
Alright. I can't... Oh! No, I can't really communicate that. Yeah. I'm just gonna do what I've been doing.
Okay.
Same old, same old.
Okay, definitely hits. Can you click the damage for me?
Yep. Board. There we go.
Okay, I'm just going to get that moved for a sec to get back to the bubble. Oh, definitely. So you slice into it again, and you see its form is breaking up around you, but it's still holding on to you for dear life. Okay.
Of course it is.
So, any other movement? Any other action?
Well, it's only going after me. If it was, yeah, it's not trying to attack any of my party members. So I think it'd be alright to let them help out. I will stay put.
Okay.
As soon as this gets off me, I'm trying to get this goddamn mask off.
Right, Squadge, you're jumping back from this snake that's just come out of the darkness to have a go at you.
Yeah. I'm a bit perplexed about Windrah's taking my position. So again, I'm going to have to change weapons, man. And I would like to again use this.
Oh, so definitely comes down. Do you want to click your damage for me?
So I thought that. So it's not auto damage.
No, that's a setting on the character sheets, which we
sorry, I'll
set
take
up.
it.
Yeah, when we have the break, we'll get it sorted out.
Yeah. All right. So it's let me just have a look. So it's 1d6 plus 2 piercing.
Yes, but if you just click on where it says Relp Blade, it will show you the damage.
Oh, right.
Yeah. In the chat, if you just click on it,
Yeah. Good work.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, so you've got 8 piercing. How many hit points has it got left?
8 and 3, Matt.
Okay.
8 piercing, 3 fire.
All right. So it's definitely, it's breaking up quite badly, but not enough. Plus the attributes for 1d4 round, but it's got to make the save. If it does not make the save, let me just double check about whether it's immunities. No, it can't be poisoned. So the poison damage wouldn't be enough. If it was not immune, it would have been enough to take it over the edge and potentially save Damian from another attack before the next round. But unfortunately, it's immune to poison. Now, keep in mind with the Relp Blade, you need to keep track of how many hit points damage it does, Ben, as an ongoing tally, right?
Yeah, no, I've done that already, Matt.
All right.
26 so far.
All right, 26 points. But yeah, obviously the 3 points of poison doesn't take any effect. You do need to roll for its recharge, though, which we didn't roll for, but it does discharge the poison every time it attacks.
Right at the beginning of next turn, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so any movement? Are you moving or are you staying put?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think I've used my bonus action.
Yeah.
Swapping weapons again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd actually like to, I guess stay where I am, I think.
Okay. All right. Windrah. Windrah will... In this case, right, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just let me... She's checking something. Okay. Windrah moves 5, 10. This will be difficult terrain. 20, 30, 25, 30. She comes to here. She looks up towards Damian and reaches her hands forward, and this blast of wind comes out of her hands towards you for the pair of you. So she has cast Gust. Right, so in that case, the object is pushed, if it weighs more than 5 pounds, that object is pushed 5 foot away. So in your case, Damian, it does nothing, but what it does do is push the gas bubble back off you, like the wind, and it like takes it away from you. Okay. So as it's being pushed away from you, because it's susceptible to wind damage, you do get an opportunity attack on it.
No, good work.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. All right, roll your crit. I don't think you're going to need it, but anyway. So, slashing, yep.
So that would be
Crit button.
13.
Crit button.
Oh,
Crit
is there?
button.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. It's turned off all my things. Why has it done that? Where is it? Where is it?
It's in your macros.
There it is. I found it.
Yeah. Oh, either way. That would have been a great one to have on something else. But you just decimated it. As it gets pushed away from you and you feel the tendrils breaking away from the mask, you just swing your bone saw and you catch it just with the last few bladed teeth and just slash through it, and you see it like there's this discharge of energy with it, and it just basically disappears. Like,
good riddance.
like just starts to burn up in the air incandescently. And disappears. Okay. Alright. So, Windrah used her full movement. Honey Badger, you're up. Proper other Honey Badger.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at the snake.
Yep.
And
go.
I'm gonna try and bite the snake.
Yeah, this thing's coming through like, "Wah!" It's hyper hyped. Ah! As it goes down. Alright, the snake AC is 13, so it's enough. So you leap down on it, you do the 2 points plus the extra damage.
It's gonna be 4 damage all up.
4 damage. Okay. So this savage little creature is just like going berserk, attacking this snake that's basically as big as it. Alright, this snake, it is locked in battle now. It will turn to attack the honey badger.
Honey badgers and snakes, mortal enemies.
Yeah, that's right. Got a 24 to hit, but it's only 1 piercing damage. However, DC 11 poison saving throw.
Okay, so is that Constitution?
That's right. You've saved. Alright, so no problem with that. You have overcome the poison quickly. Right, Damian.
Alright, I'm getting this goddamn mask off my head. I'm sick of it.
So you're watching your friends mobbing this snake. So now you're going to work out how you're going to get this thing done. Alright.
Yeah, because if I can't get this off, then I can't heal him. It's my whole job.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright.
So what approach are you taking?
I don't really got anything. Well, I haven't tried brute forcing yet.
Alright. So you're going to just try and tear it off?
I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I got nothing to really help with that. Whatever. Alright. I'm just rolling. What am I rolling?
Athletics? Oh! I'm going to say you push at it and you drag at it. It's not your strength, but you did something accidentally. You don't know what it was. You don't know where your hands were in like this flailing attempts to get it off. But you feel like a reduction of pressure in your head suddenly, like a room, a window has been opened, and you feel this sense of fresh air come through, and it just sort of seems to shatter. And you watch as this crystal just drops to the ground but disappears before it hits the ground, and the mask as it was is in your hand. With the strap dangling, that strange old strap.
Well, I wish I knew how I did that. Alright, that's going away immediately.
Alright. So I'm going to say...
I want to try and hide it, yeah.
Yeah, by all means. So what I'll say to you is just make an intelligence roll for me. You're just trying to stash it on your person.
Oh yeah, strong suit, let's go.
No! You
Damn.
hide it. You hide it so well that when you look back at your friends, you suddenly forget where you put it. It's there somewhere. So with that action, I think because you've basically taken 2 actions, I'm not going to give you any movement. All right?
Nope, I'm cool with it.
All right, Squadge. You're turned around. You're both all you're all wailing down on this snake. You've got your savage little companion there, is biting away at it.
Oh, wonderful. My savage companion is within 5 feet.
Yep.
So we shall, again, let the blade...
do the job.
I'm going to just quickly roll the recharge.
Yep,
It doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter. I'm just rolling it anyway.
Yep. Go ahead.
Nope. No
recharge. All right, so your damage? Snake.
Okay.
So what have we got? 4 plus 5 plus fire. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage. So you as it's biting up towards Filialis, to the badger, you come back and you raise this like real blade, and it sparks a bit like with a brimstone fire and heat, and you drop down into the back behind its skull, and the snake drops still behind you.
Like to so that's my attack, and then I would like to use fast hands as my bonus action.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take its head.
Okay, with the blade, you've almost cut it off anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking that there's some poison in here, and I do have a poisoner's kit, so I'm just.
Yeah. Okay. Roll on your poisoner's kit to see if you've got an idea of where you're looking and what you're doing.
Very good. Now that's going to be a.
That would have to be an intelligence-based roll.
Yeah. Is it coming up? It's not. It's a second year. Oh, yep. There we are.
Ooh.
Come up? Yeah, 5.
Right, you're not sure. I mean, the best thing you do is you take the head of this still vaguely spasming snake, like it's, Squadge isn't the biggest man, so getting your left hand around this thing's neck, its throat to cut it off is still a bit of a task. And after a few seconds of holding its head, its primitive nervous system stops spasming. Filialis, make a perception roll for the animal's perception on. So just a wisdom roll. Okay. So you look around and you get it for a hint. Filialis, the badger gets a scent. But you look at the snake and the blood, and you think it could be that, but it may not be. Okay. But things go quiet. The sounds of the swamp come back. All right.
How's everyone doing health-wise?
Yeah, because you've got your helmet off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only took 1 point of damage, so I'm fine.
All right.
And
just me then.
And now the honey badger has a snake body that honey badgers like to eat snakes.
All right. So he's tucking in, is he? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, tuck in, you're eating as the badger, while the rest of your companions are just, some light bandaging, a bit of cloth around a wound, those kind of simple things. But are you casting something, Damian?
No, because there's no point.
Okay.
It's only going to get me back up to 18 anyway.
Oh, all right.
Because my max hit points are dog shit right now.
All right.
If I remembered to prepare my spells, I would have given myself lesser restoration, but I didn't.
Okay.
I don't even know if that would help. Whatever. Moving on.
Now, what I will do, Filialis, can I ask you to make a nature roll for me?
Okay.
All right. So roll 1d4 for me. Okay. Well, eating the snake meat does give it gives the honey badger 1 temporary hit point that has to be used within 24 hours. All right?
Sure thing.
Just from that sustenance. All right. So are you heading on? As you look back, as I said, it's gone quiet. You can see those sort of pillars that seem to be slightly out of their original alignment that lead through that sort of naturally raised stone wall. It seems to be, it looks like little mountainous sort of cliffs, probably about 40 foot high, but it's like they've been called out of the ground. In fact, when you look at them, there's a strange magic at work here. It's almost like the fingers of a potter, the giant fingers of a potter have guided this stone up. Who knows how long ago. Squadge, you pick up your light torch, which you dropped sort of onto like a drier patch of bracken, which caught a light for a little bit, just to try and keep your torch lit. It is still lit when you went to use your bow.
Wonderful. I'm regrouping, and I think we should make our way across the tree.
Yep.
To the north of the map, or to the calling well.
All right. So I'm just going to pop just an insignia to remind me that Squadge is carrying a torch.
Lantern. Lantern. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have that with you. All right. You start moving towards these stones. Just going to take you back to here for a minute. You march up through this boggy range, this sort of rampart where water is running down it. You can see slowly dense bug-filled water. As you get close to the pillars, you can feel more of a geothermal warmth coming forward in like a gentle gust coming out of the doorway itself from the movement and convection of warm air. You walk up towards this lip. You can see that there is faded runes, so faded and indent, that were once quite prominent on these pillars, which time has eroded in shapes and patterns that seem to be like a continuously interlocked script. Beyond, you can see up on a further point is the well. But now you're getting this close, you appreciate that this well is probably 25 feet, maybe 20 feet across. And probably, as the crow flies, 300 feet away.
Is there any sign? I'm going to have a bit of a perception. Is there any sign of Kadrak?
Sure.
I'm listening. I'm looking.
Okay. As you're looking around, like you're all gathering your thoughts near these pillars, and Squad, you sort of climb up a little bit further. So you're about 20-30 feet from the entrance, but on a slightly bit of higher ground, so you have a little bit of a better view. When you look inside, the thing that catches your eye is that flower, those manufactured paper flowers of Saint Puritas, has been caught on some mangrovey bracken about 10 feet inside the gates. So as you're looking inside, the plants, the mangrovey, swampy stuff gets denser. You can see it, and it drops down and then climbs again. But you can see that paper flower that vagrant was making on the docks that you bought to give to your companions to wear, to blend in, has obviously come off somebody, most likely Kadrak's, clothing. You're confident he was here, if nothing else.
The blessing of the one is on the mangrove, Kadrak. Why did Kadrak leave it there? I say to the party.
Didn't know what it was.
You see, that sort of does create that sense of relaxation for all of you. They're like, a light laugh starts. It's probably right. The only problem is no one would have understood what you said.
Yeah. I think it's a bit like that.
I can understand what he's saying.
Yeah, you would have heard. Yeah, no, Damian would have heard it. And David, you go to laugh, but spontaneously stop. Try not to make a sound, and then realise you've got the mask off. All right.
Right.
So you're moving forward? What's your plan?
Yeah. To approach, find the to pick up the paper effigy of Saint. What was he? Saint
Puritas.
Puritas. Yes.
Okay.
We're moving in that direction.
All right.
Well, squadrons, certainly.
All right. So the remainder of the party, if you are moving forward, I will bring you to here. You'll have to zoom out.
Oh, wow.
This map will take some orientation for you. So
Just down on the bottom
left.
right? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So where you are here, Squatch, you are obviously here.
Mm-hmm.
You have found basically what you saw from and collected was roughly here, the effigy of St. Puritas, the bloom of St. Puritas. And you brought it back outside the pillars to your other party members. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to ask you to roll initiative only on the basis that I want to turn order and I want to talk you through the environment. It's extremely precarious for you to see here. The walls cut out a lot of residual light from inside the dogfish itself. What little light is getting through from the wharf above is now minimal. The sun has gone down. It's just moonlight. The space ahead of you, that's encircled by this stone wall, this naturally seemingly formed stone wall. There are definitely darker patches of land, and you can make out water. Any of the darker patches are difficult terrain, as is the water, obviously, depending on how deep it is. Anywhere where there are denser plant growth, raised denser plant growth, will add detriment to your movement and action. It's like a thorny, mangrovey bracken. If you zone right out, it'll be difficult for you to see because of the light, but you can make out the actual, which is quite a way away, but lies in this kind of direction. As the crow flies. All right.
Sorry, just quickly, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, of course. No, that's fine. No, we'll pause here
Cheers.
for a sec. What have we got there?
Good map.
Took me ages, this map.
From paths and everything on it.
What are you looking at as a path, Ben?
Well, if you zoom in, I mean, there's no grid reference or anything, but there seems squiggly lines within the deep green.
That is active flowing water.
Ah, right.
So what it seems to be, the raised sort of section where the well sits, there seems to be cascading water. In fact, you can hear a waterfall in the distance. Around the well itself, you can make out the shadow of dead trees.
I sort of propose a route.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did that draw?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah, it did too. There you go. Propose a bit of a route through circling around.
Okay. So trying to stay sort of to the drier sections.
Yeah, my my boots should remain dry at all times.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. I'll tell you now, Tom. Filialis, the badger can smell that reptile smell here. Become more apparent now you're here.
All right.
So we have this great place ahead of you. We have Filialis in the honey badger form, is at the top, I believe. Who hasn't rolled? No, that's all three of you. I haven't rolled for Windrah. No wonder, that didn't make any sense to me at all. Let me do that. Get onto the right layer. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty obvious about what's going on there. Let's get that sorted out. Right, Filialis, you're up.
Yeah. I think I'll sort of act accordingly to. I'll just sort of move in this sort of direction.
Mm-hmm. So you're moving forward, still within the light of Squadge's lantern, but coming to the
Yeah.
fringes where your limited dark vision is starting to perceive ahead of you as you
Yeah.
move forward. Any actions you want to take?
No, I think I'll just sort of like keeping an eye out for things.
Okay. Scoping? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you're moving forward. Squadge. You're watching as your tire disappears to the fringes of your lantern light.
I seem to be. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yes, well, I shall follow suit.
Okay.
Does that move for anyone else?
No.
There.
There we go. So you catch up with your boat. Any other basic actions you want to take?
Oh no, just continually vigilantly looking out. Let me get back to my perception. Yeah, I know. I am
just watching.
For a paranoid person, I'm as paranoid as I can be.
All right. You notice ahead of you that the ground about here becomes more sodden, and you can see a coloration difference.
I pointed out.
Okay.
Why is there always weirder stuff every step we take?
Right, Damian.
I think you're on mute.
Whoops. I usually just flip it off on my directly off my my headphones. So yeah, I was just gonna follow suit. Just keep up. I'm assuming is my detect magic down by now? Because remember I cast it last time.
That was 10 minutes it lasts for, doesn't it?
Yep.
Or look, I'm going to say the last embers of it are leaving, but in these pillars definitely hold a fading but powerful ancient magic. As you look up, you look towards this gazebo-like structure over this well, and you can see that it also holds this sort of alien merge of magic. It isn't a division of magic, it's a combined source of something.
Alright, weird shit coming up. Gotcha.
Okay. Windrah will proceed with you. Come to this point. You know, like clinging to the lamplight. All right. Again. Filialis.
think I'll move to about there. And I think I'll have a sniff
Mm-hmm. All right.
to see if, because when I entered, I could smell some reptile smell.
Yeah.
I just want to see if it
Yes.
gotten closer.
All right.
Stronger.
So keen smell. Make a perception check for me now, based on that, and you have advantage on that. So you see the badger's like stops this small creature and like, but studying things with a mixture of, human attention. The water, you can smell reptile in the water. And the way the animal's perception works, I'm going to describe it like this. It's sort of like there's lines, like ley lines within your perception of scent. And you look and it seems like this whole place has a spider web over it of reptile movement. Some fresh, some older. Okay. Litehands.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to move to here.
Okay. All right, you move to there. Damian.
Yep, just moving up. I might actually. I'm gonna cast false life for myself, just in case.
Okay. All right.
Roll a d4. All right. Ah, wonderful. Love that for me.
Oh no. Oh well.
Still 5 though. Still plus
Every bit
4,
helps.
so
Every bit helps. All
yeah.
right.
So I got that for an hour.
Okay.
See how that goes.
Windrah. Just comes up and tucks herself in with her companions. This is so alien to Windrah. She comes from a desolate, cold, wind-swept, ice and rain place. All right. Filialis.
There.
Okay. Are you any actions?
Actually, I think I might just sort of dash
All right.
and then just sort of go around here.
To there? Yep. All right. So you arrive at that point. When you come to the end, you can see that the water's edge of this build-up of sort of saline-y water. But you can sort of see the difference in this space is it is quite alive. You can see moths skipping around on the water in the light. This place is, you can see that there are nests of birds on reeds out there. This has become a classic sort of little ecosystem trapped inside this place. Okay. Okay, so Squatch.
Sorry about that. I had to help with the barbecue. There we go. So Squad just moved and is then taking.
Yep.
Noting that the honey badger is smelling in the air, I am doing my best to bolster the scouting capability of the group.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's pretty good. So basically, you look ahead, and you see like following like the head of the honey badger, like trying to track these scents, and you swear at the edge of the torchlight, you catch something moving around here.
Ping again? Oh, okay, wow, right. So I pointed out and sort of say to the honey badger, you know, the snake's in the grass up ahead. You go get it.
Good on you. Damian, you're up.
Yep, just keeping up. That's about it.
Okay. All right. And Windrah will follow the party through. So we'll go through to there. Filialis. I'll let you can make a perception roll, again with advantage because of the direction that Squad has given to you for movement.
Ooh.
All right, so definitely there's a point over here, yeah. Your smell gets hold of it, it's clearly reptilian.
Okay. I think I'll sort of move up to sort of here and try to and I want to sort of be sort of like prowling in like the I want to sort of like be a bit hidden in the reeds just near where I think
The spot
there's
is?
some movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so you go down. With that, make a dexterity roll for me for the honey badger, but at advantage. Oh, like you go forward, like you creep up to this certain point, and you put your foot down, and you feel something move under your foot, right? And you see straight to the side of you, to your right, you look up and you see what you thought when you were getting closer was like a bit of old deadwood. But you see it's actually a large tail, like whips into the opening mouth of a small cave that's built into the side of these rocks. And then suddenly you see this huge head come out of this cave towards you. As it comes forward, this large snake's mouth opens. And as it opens, you see it like and spits what looks to be a smaller snake at you. Right, you watch as this smaller snake sort of just lands basically on top of you. Hang on one tick.
I'm just thinking this is like fast food for the honey badger. You know?
Yeah,
It's like equivalent of a drive-through, isn't it?
it is. And it's hard to see here, but basically underneath you, and on top of you, sorry, but it's just not appearing on your token, this small snake lands on you as it comes flying forward towards you, and it will try and bite you. As an act of surprise, for 14 to hit. You're not surprised, so I'm not giving it advantage, but you weren't expecting it to come at you. Does that hit you? It does?
That does, yeah.
So 1 point of piercing damage, DC 10 con save for the honey badger.
Save.
Oh, which it does, so it takes no poison damage. So you've only taken 1 point of damage from this tiny snake. I'm just going to... I don't know whether I'll particularly need to, but I'm just going to move you out the way so I can get initiative rolled for this creature. Ooh. So basically, the initiative for the small snake and the large one that spat it out will go at the same turn. So at that time, this snake will also obviously be visible. And as I said, it is large. All right. So, Filialis, you will act. So that attack has taken place with the snake. So that was its action for the first turn. But the constrictor will come in towards the honey badger as well. And lunge at the honey badger. And in this case, we'll try and bite. For a 6, so the honey badger, like you nicked by the small one, but you flip yourself out of the way as the large head tries to get you. All right, you see these reptilian eyes, like this merciless sort of dead eyes, like scanning the rest of you as the next target. It will... No, it's staying where it is. It wouldn't move forward because it's just tried to bite you. So I'm just going to reorganise this again. But the poisonous snake has attacked Filialis. And what have we got there? Squadge.
Right. So, Squadge is going to move forward, drawing a weapon. The poisonous snake is upon Filialis, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
And
the poisonous snake is... The honey badger is a small creature. The snake is even smaller. So trying to attack that snake on Filialis will give it an AC advantage.
yeah, no, I'm trying to move past them is what I was thinking. Now, if they're both small, can I occupy the same space? Just to... there aren't enough tokens on that square at the moment.
You can step through them, yep. The question is opportunity attack, but I'm going to say there would not be from the small snake. No, it wouldn't think to.
Yeah, okay. So I really just want to be...
Get across
When you
the
say
large
step
one.
through... Yeah. So I'm happy to step to here.
Yep. So you sort of sidestep a little bit, your boots slip in the mud a little bit to get through. But you are now anywhere that this area has here, which is starting to get marshy. If you move into any of those green areas, it's difficult terrain. All right, keep that in mind.
Now, I would like to also, as I was walking forward, I've taken the Relp blade is out, but also my dagger is out.
Yep, sure.
So, my first attack...
Mm-hmm. Relp blade, all right.
Now, and that is a sneak attack because I believe the honey badger is within 5 feet.
It is. So you come forward. Strike for 8, 5, 5. What have you got there? So we've got 13, 14.
And now I'll also roll for the recharge of the poison.
Yep. This snake is not immune to poison, so it will have to make a DC 13 Dex con save.
Now, because I've just drawn the blade, is it recharged or do I need to roll recharge?
Oh, sorry, you're absolutely right. Because it didn't recharge last time, did it? Yeah.
There you go, it's recharged now.
It had.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Actually, technically, it only recharges after a strike, doesn't it? Before... Is it successful?
No, so I should roll it after.
Yeah. Okay. So the poison would be available on the next strike.
Next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 13 points of damage. So what's that again? 8, 9, 10. You come up and you slice again into this snake's throat, and you just this Relp blade is just, and there's the blood just singeing away on it. And the creature's large head sort of swings to the side and it drops to the ground. All right.
Okay, and so then, I see the little snake upon
Yeah.
the honey badger.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to do is bonus action is disengage
Mm-hmm.
and finish movement about there.
Okay. So you get to that point around the other side of this large snake that's now dead. Damian.
I'm going to Sacred Flame the other snake.
Okay. So it does have +2 to its AC. So DC, AC won't apply. A dexterity saving throw for radiant damage. DC 14.
It should be 15.
Oh, okay. DC 15.
That's weird.
It has failed for, what is it? 1d8. Give us a roll.
I can use spells. It feels so great.
Well,
It's 6.
Filialis, you look up as this searing flame. What does your sacred flame look like?
It looks kind of like a white yellow flame, but it's got like some weird kind of like dark black purpley wisps to it.
Okay. So it's got like
Yeah.
an undertone.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
All
something
right.
you wouldn't expect it. Yeah.
So you'd rolled over, the honey badger had rolled over to fight this snake, and you can see that it just and there's a vague hint of the singeing of your own fur from it. But again, it goes quiet. And then a couple of seconds later, you hear what sounds like a drum. Doof, doof. Doof. Doof, doof.
Do we all hear that?
Yes, you do. It is bouncing around the inside of the walls of the well. Okay. Windrah steps past Damian, who is, just finishing his incantation. So she'll come to here, look at the dead snake, give it a bit of a kick with a boot, and then look up. And she will make a perception roll. Actually, investigation roll. She's trying to get a sense of where that came from, but with no luck. So I'll put you back to here. Hang on a tick. So You're back to there.
Yeah. Okay. Sort of. Move up to there. Okay. Yeah, and that's about it.
Okay. Squadge.
Yeah. So I'm moving to here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, now I'm going to keep both weapons drawn. I don't need to draw any more weapons. We know there are these slimy snakes about.
Yep. So you're just going to keep them on hand?
Yeah. But I am actively perceiving, and in particular the drums and the direction of the drums. I know it bounces around the walls.
Okay. So you're focusing on the drum?
Focusing on, yeah, like, I guess, thinking that the drum is notifying others that we are coming. So I'm on edge, I guess, and seeing if the drum is indicating our direction or you know, I'm more audio perception than visual, if you like.
Okay. All right. As you're moving as that last repetition of it, and when it stops, you're quite confident that it's coming from the area of the well itself.
Okay. I share the fact that there's jungle drums. Why are there jungle drums from the well? Why?
Okay. Damian.
Yeah, I'll follow along, and I might join in with the trying to see things. I'm mostly gonna try and see for like movement in the grass for more of these goddamn snakes.
Okay, you're visually looking around? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You scan, you see nothing.
No, coast is clear.
Okay. Windrah will look about and say to you that I could turn into a snake. Maybe in the form of a snake I'll have a better chance of seeing other reptiles. And you see that she's got the dead snake, the poisonous snake, sitting in her hand.
I've been able to take care of him pretty easily so far. I don't think it's that much of an issue. He says, not foreshadowing anything.
No. And she says, fair enough. And she drops the snake form, but you can see that she's studied it. And I'm just going to make a investigation roll, but at advantage while she's actually studying. Oh. She's going to be one kooky looking snake.
Got legs.
No, the kind that comes out of a plastic bag in a deli. Alright. So, but however, she will traipse over the body of this larger snake. 15. And tuck in behind the party. All right, Filialis.
Oh. Yeah. Move to about here, and
Yep.
I'll give another sniff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm giving you advantage with you using your keen sense here, but the problem you've got is you feel you're still too close to that large creature. All you can smell is that large snake.
Okay.
You know, the smell of its blood discharging into the soil. You turn around and your perception, you know, you can smell it on Squadge from his knife blows. You can smell it on Windrah from handling that other snake. You think you just need to get more distance to get a clearer scent
All right.
from this creature. All right, Squadge.
Yeah, I see the honey badger sniffing, and I sort of show him the snake head on my person.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the snake you're looking for. So we are going to come to here.
Okay. All right. So you'll move through, and this ground now is lightened, and it's easier to move on. You've moved out of that wetter sort of section somewhat. Any other actions?
Yeah, I think it's a good time for a nature roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not nature, but I'm going to give it a. Oh, how's that? Dang. So I'm giving it a nature roll, and I'm just trying to track, you know, the movement of things in the swamps
Yeah. Just
itself.
scanning.
So
Yeah.
yeah, looking at depressions. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll say with that, because that's such a good study of the space around you, like staring closely, I'll give you advantage on your next perception roll.
Very good.
All right, as you move along, you've got your
Yep.
eye in. Your Squadge's natural sense of conspiracy and being set up is really firing his senses. You know, like there's something going on here. You know.
It's when is the ambush, not
Yeah.
where.
Yeah, exactly right. He knows that from experience.
Yeah.
All right, Damian.
Yep, just trotting along with everyone else. That's
Okay.
it.
So you're moving along, just catching up with your party members. All right. I am. Okay. Windrah will move forward. And carry on. Right, Filialis.
So I'll move to there.
Yep.
Actually, I think instead I'll dash.
Mm-hmm.
Some more about there.
Okay, so just between those sort of two, that little chicane between those little rock pools and the actual estuary. That is a little bit of a high point. When you get to that point, if you maintain your position, you also will have perception advantage on scent. Because of the way
Okay.
you're in that position.
No. So I will, you can move my token along the red line 30 feet. And at that time, I will do my perception roll. Let's see if this works.
Now, yep, okay, so it's a shame, but still the advantage was there. So you have an option. You can either move through, because I said you can, because of the honey badger's size, you can move through this little chicane between one of the larger sort of estuary geothermal pools and a small one that is a little raised promontory. Your perception will tell you is what looks to be a worn down stone promontory. You now make out a couple of architectural features. It's not raised because it's natural, it's raised because at one time it was a small bridge.
Right.
But the honey badger just ran, up on it like a natural feature, and is standing there, like you're watching Filialis's honey badger form on its back legs, sniffing the air, taking advantage of the air movement there in his pending action. You can move to the right of that, the right of your original trajectory line, which will take you to the right-hand side of that smaller pool, and that is quite dry ground and appears quite clear.
Yeah, look, that's the way squads will move, is into the dry rather than across. Yeah.
20.
Oh, I can't, I still don't have the map, so I might just reboot roll 20.
All right. Now, would you like to stop at using 25 feet of your movement at the fringe of where you've hit true swampy marsh? Would you like to stop at that edge, or do you want to take that first step into that marsh?
My character would just take the step into the marsh.
All right. So you move forward into that, and as you move forward, Squadge, you feel, and you see your right boot sinks down to about ankle depth before it starts to get purchase. And it's quite a suction-y feel.
Yeah. I swear. I ask why are we in this swamp again?
Right. So you are there, Damian.
As per usual. Just keep it up.
All right. So you are just moving along. Windrah will 10, 30. We'll get to about there. I'm just going to make a roll. Okay. All right. Windrah stops, turns back for the briefest instant, and then turns back and looks at the rest of you, shaking her head. No, it's nothing. The rest of you as a party have not come to trust Windrah's sense of perception and environment outside of her homeland. She's quite good where the knot has been in colder, sort of mountainous areas where there are stormier, colder environments. She really comes to the fore there. But it's almost like the lack of disruption, the lack of cataclysmic activity like thunder and lightning and hail and stuff from her homeland makes it difficult for her to perceive things adequately. So mechanically, it's a shame Ben isn't here, but what I'm going to explain to you is Windrah's skills within her own native environment are vastly superior to her ones outside. So, for example, if she was on the storm plane, she would have proficiency with perception, investigation, and nature, those kind of things. But here, she's inept. Right. So, we move forward. Filialis, as I said, if you sacrifice your movement, you can have a perception roll at advantage with your scent.
I think I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You clearly, a wave of scent comes to you. A mixture of that sort of anaerobic smell of a deeper swamp, but in it a strong but different reptilian smell. When that sense of smell, the smell is there, but it triggers something auditory, vague. And you hear that it's the sound of leather rubbing on leather. Quiet little squeak of wet leather. With that roll, I'm going to say to you that, let me give you, I'm just going to put something up on the board. That is somewhere here.
Do I still have like the mind link thing with Damian?
Yeah. How long does that last? Sorry, Damian? That goes for about a couple of hours, doesn't it? Did I read that right? Did I remember that correctly?
I'm double checking right now. It's just an hour.
Yeah,
But
that'd still be up. Yeah.
Theoretically, it doesn't say anything about a limit to
Concentrating.
how many times I can
No, it's just
have
an
it.
hour link. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can just link it back up again afterwards. I can only just do
Yeah.
it with one person at a time.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that that probably has 15 minutes left.
No.
Because it was cast on the wharf on the other side. You came across the island, then trudged around, found your spot. So 10 to 15 minutes. So it is still active.
Sure. Then I'll communicate that there's something to worry about in that sort of area.
So how's the badger indicating that? Honey badger. Like, what's he doing? Is he like a human gesture? Like his paws up there? Over there? Or is he like doing like a dog, pointing?
I mean, so like I'm kind of like barking or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, like a yank,
That,
yank, yank, yank. Yeah.
well, also communicating like the telepathically to Damien to make it more clear that over there.
Yeah, so you're just amplifying the whole thing, sending this.
Yeah,
So,
I'll tell everyone else exactly what he's actually going on about.
so the crazy thing going on in Damien's mind at the moment, he has these two different neural patterns. One is Filialis's mind in talking, like the voice in your head. The other is the honey badgers, so like bizarre sort of perception of what's going on. You're seeing, you get this brief glimpse of this spider web thing that it's seeing with all these smells and stuff, and you suddenly, Damien, you find it very difficult for a sec not to fight off a wave of almost nausea-inducing anxiety about what this creature's perception does to it. But it's completely normal in its own context, to be so aware of all of this going on. But anyway, you get the clear message. So are you taking any action with that? You conveying that, or...
Oh, me? Yeah, I
Yeah.
said yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
That's alright. I'm letting everyone know. Yeah.
Okay, so Squadge, you hear this as you feel this suction, this like, as you pull your boot out of this sludge ahead of you.
Right.
This thought comes across your mind: is Kadrak really worth it? Bloody
Yeah.
It's like having a
I think-
carny. It's like having a carny with you.
I've been thinking that for a while, to be honest. If Damian says to me that there's danger, 5, 10, I'm going to appear. I'm going to move. That's my full movement, so that's half.
Yep,
Imagine it's difficult terrain through there, so that's
Yeah.
half movement.
it is.
Yeah.
All right. So, what I will say to you is, you move to that point.
Yeah.
I want you to make a perception roll. If you get 13 or better, you suddenly see this large thing that stands up almost immediately in front of you, emerging from the mush. If not,
Oh.
it will take an attack on you, or an action. No,
Ah,
you didn't pick it up. You knew it was there, you were alert, but you almost step on it before you realise it's there. Alright, so I'm just going to do something. Why aren't you working for me, machine? So I'm going to roll this, but the only reason is to get it on the board because I've already rolled initiative in the background, and I will change that to 14. You might have noticed earlier I rolled a 14. Okay, so we are here. Alright, this large creature, which stands about 1.5 feet taller than you, Squatch, probably about 7 foot tall, like just rears there. It's got like a large javelin in one hand, and it's carrying like a leather shield which has spikes and bones stuck and lacquered into its surface as it strikes at you. The first is it will just lunge at you with its javelin for 21 to hit for 7 points of damage, like, and then it will swing the shield around to strike at you again for 17 to hit, and just bang, and the spikes rake across you with the shield.
I am not looking flash. It's 14, but wow.
So this creature's like standing over you, and you see as soon as it emerges from the mud and like almost knocks you down, the drum starts again. Alright, so it's definitely max out. So I think what we may think of doing, do you guys want to carry on for a while longer, or do you want to finish the round and stop here? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's kill this bitch first.
Alright. So, that is its action. What else I got here? Alright. So what I'm going to say is, with that happening, Squadge, when you get back up on your feet, Honey Badger, you see it. You see another emerges from the scrub behind you. And turns up, was equally hidden on the side. And Windrah will look back and see that there is one approaching from behind you, what she thought she heard before. Now, these two, I'm just going to move Windrah out the way a bit. And just quickly get my isn't that not working? There it is. So I'm going to add those two, but we're still at 14. So one will get, the one that is 20 will get an action. So it'll get an action first, but then we'll skip back to the one after 14. So this one here, hang on a minute, what's happened there? This one here will join the fray. Now it sees, you see that it could easily attack Squadge, but it will not. It focuses straight through, right? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it hurls its javelin over the top of the honey badger. It doesn't see the honey badger as a threat. And its javelin will be thrown across at Damian. For 21 to hit. So Damian, this thing emerges, this javelin flying at you. Yeah.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Let me just math in my head.
Yep.
Shield.
Sorry?
I think I'll cast shield.
Okay, so shield fires up for, but will that make any difference? Will that bring your
It's 16 plus 5, which gets me to exactly
221, but it's matching the AC.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it'd be a waste.
Yeah. Never mind. I'll just get hit, I guess.
So 3 points of damage. It sort of it scrapes across your shoulder and rattles into the stones behind you. And you watch the creature just pick up a club. And what I'm going to say, it's come out of background, so it's used half its movement to come out of that point. So 5, 10, 15. It will close across to here. And sort of like with a nonchalance, it swings a club at the honey badger just to knock it out the way more than anything else. 6, but so the honey badger sort of like drops underneath the club and it swings over the top of you. Right, so we go back to the next one, which is at 9. Oh, hang on a minute. Which was that one?
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Hang on, I might have to rethink this, sorry. Let me just move this through. I just want to work out where. So that one, that's the 20, my apologies. So that throw will come through. I'm still going to say it's hit, it's just come from another direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, it would not hit, it would be at disadvantage. So where is that attack? 13. Does a 13 normally hit you, Damian?
No.
Okay.
My save is 16. I mean, my
Okay.
DC is 16.
Okay, so add those 3 hit points back. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
Sweet.
This one will stay at that point where it was. It will repeat the same action, right?
Yep.
My apologies there. Sorry, I've got the map really zoomed out so I can see a lot more, and like keeping the initiative tracker, like from what I'm looking at, it's really hard to see. So he will throw that again at Damian.
Oh.
And again hit, this time for 8 points. So Damian, you've taken another 8. He will step forward.
I'm having such a good day. Okay.
He will step forward and strike at the heavy club, which I rolled, but I'm going to stick with that, I think. The heavy club did roll, it did miss, right? So I've got, no, I can't do that actually, can I? Because I've hit Damian. So I'm going to have to roll it again. 16,
No,
so that definitely hits. For 5 points of damage to the honey badger.
Yeah.
So is that the honey badger still on its feet?
Yeah, the honey badger's still...
Okay, so the club comes down, and I gather the honey badger sort of like takes the force, but doesn't give its position, and is just still blocking the path of this large reptilian lizard creature. So, honey badger, you're up.
Hmm. All right.
Oh, hang on. We've missed. Sorry, in that jumping around. Before we do that, we'll go back to Filialis, but we missed Damian and Windrah. This is going well so far. So, Damian, you're up.
Is this before or after I get hit?
That is after you got hit.
Alright. Bonus action, I would like to cast spiritual weapon.
Yep. So you have your spiritual weapon.
I'm gonna do it. See, I'll see if I can draw a thingy so you know where it is. I'm going to summon it over here.
Okay.
Terrible. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's going to be in the form of a vaccination.
Okay. So
I don't know if lizard folk have healthcare.
Yeah. So you're jabbing it in there. Go for it.
So what do I?
Spell save DC.
What do I roll?
Hit on a hit. You roll. What's that? Your normal. It should be on your attack list.
It is indeed. Forgot I
Okay.
had it there.
All right. Could you press
14.
your damage, please?
I pressed it. Come on. Why is it? I'm pressing it, and it's not. Whatever. I'll just roll it. It's 1
All right. I can do it if you like.
plus 5. That's 10.
5.
There you go.
Okay. So 10 points of damage. Yeah. So you crack into it, and this like spiritual energy, like purple black fire, like you had before with the gold sort of colours of like flaring at it as it makes its impact. All right. So yeah, quite significant damage.
So that's my bonus. What can I do as an action? I'm not feeling. Just because why not? Actually, I don't know. Maybe spell slots. Uh. Can I hide anywhere?
I guess the only thing is if you well, yeah, you could, but there's not much because this stuff here looks rocky, but there's not really many places to hide in it.
All right,
You could
never
dash
mind.
away. Yeah.
I am going to. Oh, I can cast Sacred Flame. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So on the same target, or
Yep. On this guy over here.
Yep. Sure.
So that's a DC 15 Dex save.
Yep. Okay, I'll do that.
Let me double check. Pretty sure it's Dex. Yep.
4.
Ah!
So he's failed that badly.
Take 1d8 radiant to the face.
Okay.
7.
7 points. Another 7 points. So it's had these 2 blasts of heat have just come at it. So it's quite badly hurt. You can see like it's like plume is burnt away, like scorch marks all over it. All right. So Damian, any movement?
I will stay put for the time being.
Okay. So I'll just get Windrah. So Windrah, in this situation, because it is just so overwhelming, she looks back towards this creature, and she will fire a guiding bolt at it at first level. But it's horrendously targeted again, and it just blasts off into the distance with no real effect. Where are we? So basically, yeah, just goes blasting through, but off to the side. All right. She will come in and huddle in more into this corner, just trying to get a little bit more protection. So now, sorry, we're back to Filialis.
Okay. I'll try and bite, I guess.
Yep. All right, go for it.
Probably
No,
not.
you have not hit.
Wow.
Any movement, or are you staying there?
I think I'm standing there because if I move, I'll get
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just.
Yep, you'll get struck. All right, Squadge, locked in combat.
I'm going to now. I did say I had. Far out. I did say I had both weapons drawn.
Yep.
So I'm going to take a slice. Now, there's no sneak attack damage. Hang on. There we go.
No.
Does that come up? Nope.
Not yet. Oh, yeah. All right. If you can click out your damage, that would be good. Right,
Yeah.
so 7 and 3 points of fire, so 10 points of damage. I'll make the DC for the toxin. DC 13, which it fails, so it takes another +3 hit.
I'll roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us 1d6.
I'll roll D4 if you like.
Yeah. So for 2 rounds, so it takes all up, what's that, 13 points of damage in that round. So again, it's bloodied. Too quick, that quick jab in with that Relp knife. And then out it comes, your second blade.
Yeah, so I think that's the best course of action at the moment for me. Although I think I'm going down.
Yep.
So I'm going to take the dagger. Oh no!
As you go forward, you slip in the mud after that first blow. Twist your ankle like you.
Yeah.
So you dodge. You're restricted to half movement until you get some kind of healing. Damn. All right. The one next to you, like you slip, you hit him, cut him with his blade, and you see the creature's eyes recognize the risk, the potential harm you could do to it, and then suddenly you follow up with the next blade, its eyes widen, it's going forward, and then you ankle catches something in the sludge, and, as it goes forward. So it will attack. It now has its club. 18 to hit for 7 more points. It slams down. And then it will come down with you on the shield again, but as you fall, you fall away to the side and the shield spikes stick into the ground on the side of you. Alright, so you're out.
I'm out.
Okay. Alright, the next lizard of folk again will attack. Try and club the honey badger out of the way. 11 misses, and that does miss.
Yep.
And then swing again when it misses you again. This time hitting. It clubs you again.
So that's the badges
Hit points.
down to hit points.
Yep.
So
Click on your token, mate. Try that flip.
yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, Damian. Caleb, we actually have put this roll 20 thing in to be able to two-side the token for the shape change. So yeah,
Well, that's pretty good.
All right, so
And
Filialis, you're like roll up on the ground, roll up onto your feet from this blow as you feel the energy of the badger go.
So how many hit points am I on now?
You're on your hit points. You're 7.
Yeah, but um
You mean the
so
overflow?
am I on because I was reduced to 0 on exactly 0 on
Yep.
the 7. So am I up to my full
Yeah,
normal?
Filialis's full hit points. Yeah. So you
Not
saw.
the temporary. Does it get the temporary one?
Well, the temporary one got
No,
lost.
walked out. Yeah, so that was bang on. All right. Okay, so you are back. You roll up and you see the creature's eyes widen as you appear where this badger was. And like I said, your change is gruesome. Like the Savyn change is quite gruesome. It's like you shed that body and burst out of it. What I will say, I think with that, it will make a wisdom save. If it's DC 13 or better, it does, so it doesn't like react or step away. It just stays there, but it was somewhat shocked by it. All right, Damian, you've watched Squadge in the distance go down under the weapons of this lizard folk. You've watched
Yep, I'm on the way.
Yeah.
Yep, straight away, I'm running over. I've got the distance. And I will, as an action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Onto Squadge? Right, yeah, go ahead.
Yep. So that's 2d8 instead of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a thing for it that I can just click? I don't know. Nope. Okay, I'll just do it manually. What can I do that? God forbid I know how to cast a spell properly. Whatever. It's 2d8.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Good one.
Plus 5, so
Wow.
17.
So you're back to almost full, are you, Scotch? Like full strength straight
Yeah,
away?
I'm one off full. I'm one off full.
Wow.
And then, as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm. Spiritual
the...
weapon?
Yep, that's going to move. I don't know if I can... Oh, I can. I can pick it up. Lovely.
Yeah.
That can move up to 20 feet, so yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just going to hit the one
Yeah,
in front
go
of
right ahead.
God Squad. That is... It's going to be... What's the name? Let me just click the button. That makes my life easier. Oh, 10.
Okay.
10 to hit.
10 does not hit it.
Oh well, it's in the area now.
Okay, so it's right there. Alright, so you've used your full movement, your action, your bonus action. Windrah will come forward to that. Seeing Filialis has returned to his normal form. 5, 10, 15, 20. She moves to this point. And she will cast Thunder Wave this time. So 15-foot cube. She's got everybody else clear except for this. What's his name? Con save. Its sort of spell save level is so low at the moment. Let's have a look. Con save of 7. They're tough buggers. No, it sort of basically avoids it. Yeah, on a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet. Unfortunately, it has not worked, and the creature has stayed there. Alright, this battle is underway. Do you want to carry on?
I'm happy to.
Yeah? Yep. Alright, we'll take one more turn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty certain, Ben, I reckon you got dinner, haven't you? Alright, so that lizard folk, 5, 10, 15, moves towards Windrah after this energy dissipates. And with the club, we'll club at her. Why isn't that coming up? And I think 15 will hit. And we'll spike shield as well for a hit, so for 10 points of damage. Both of which have struck Windrah. And you watch, and Damian, your head, you turn around, you flick back, and you watch, she's been badly wounded. Like, with this shield smash. Right. Filialis, you're up.
Okay. So what I'm going to do without, I'm going to move to here.
So, yeah, you're still within 5 foot, so.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Arms of Astral Self.
I'm sorry,
And
I was sneezing.
And so when I initiate it, any creatures of my choice within 10, within 10 feet, take force damage equal to 2 times my martial arts dice.
Yep.
Which is a D4, so both of them take 5 damage.
5 points of damage. Alright, so that one there again. The lizard folk near Squadge is looking badly wounded, and this one, 5 points of damage. That force energy, you turn around with this sort of look of justification, Filialis, as you watch as the energy you just emanate, just smack, and you can hear its ribs crack from the force, and it just gets thrown onto its back and falls basically to the ground.
Okay, and then actually,
that lizard folk's taken an extra 3 points. I forgot to let you know, Matt, of the poison damage.
Oh right, okay. So it's hideously wounded. It's just staggering on its feet, but it's still capable of damaging you. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
And because I've got my astral arms out, I've now got extra 5 foot melee range.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I'm just going to hit it.
Him. Yeah, go for your life. Oh, definitely. Roll of damage.
And this will be plus my wisdom modifier, which is +2.
Okay.
So 6 all up.
With that, just like your astral extension of your arm just goes out and crack, and you see the bottom of this lizard folk's jaw just snap, and the bone goes sliding to the side. And you just watch as it drops, falls onto the ground in front of Squadge, and the spiritual weapon floating to its side. Okay. And that's it for Filialis?
I've got some movement left, so just
Yep. Okay.
move 10 feet there. So
Yeah.
move down to there.
Okay. So you're just climbing up the edges of this wall to get a better vantage point so you can see down? Yep.
And move back to
Okay.
move here.
All right. So you're closing on your companion. Squadge.
So stepping out of the swamp, is that 2 points of movement?
Yeah, getting out of that spot will take 10 feet. Yep.
Yeah, so that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
And from there, I'm throwing a dagger because that's what I've got in my hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will come with. Yep, in a minute. Just 1 sec, love.
It's got to fly.
So. 17.
No, that definitely hits for... What have we got there? Can you roll the damage up for me? Sneak? Yeah, so 14 points of damage. This guy has been unhurt. So it's a solid blow, like bloodies him quite badly, but he's still up on his feet. Any further actions from Squadge?
I don't have anything in my bag at the moment. No.
Okay. So the next lizard folk is the one that is dead. The next is the next one that is dead. Damian.
Alright. I'm just going to get a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
First up,
Yep.
for my action, I will cast Hold the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a Wisdom save,
Mm-hmm.
which you have to beat 15.
Okay. Which it does not.
Oh, yes. And because you've taken damage, that's 1d12.
Okay, go right ahead, roll it for me.
That's a 6.
6 points of damage, but yeah, it staggers this creature, like necrotic energy just crawls across it, drying its skin. You see its gums roll back, exposing, like, it's just yuck. It's just drying up. Any other Philip? So bonus action healing word, and where is that being directed?
That is to Windrah.
Windrah for 1d4 plus your spellcasting.
Plus
Go ahead.
5. So that is 8 points.
8 points. So you've got. So suddenly she gets revitalized by that. All right. So
That's it.
Then Windrah's turn. She is at 5 foot now, so she can reactivate. Thunderclap. So con save. Right, again a DC which is so poor here. Is 3 points of damage with and gets pushed back if it fails. Which it does! So it takes 3 more points of damage, and that is enough to kill it. You see Windrah sort of, it's pushed, it's thrown back that 10 feet as it lands on the ground. Windrah turns around and looks at you with like this absolute look of glee that funnily something she had done had worked. And it steps around, and again this marsh, reptilian marsh, goes quiet, and you hear the tone of the drum change, the beat changes. Alright, that's where we'll end tonight.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Just as I said, let's just finish up by killing these bastards.
Yeah.